Welcome to Six Figs. I'm Kyle, and in today's video, folks, we are talking about the one and only ICP. So let's get into this. You guys need to follow me on Twitter, folks, because this is where I'm always dropping the latest and greatest charts at Real Six Figs. Get with it. So you can see at Real Six Fig. Hit me up. Drop some alpha on some of these tweets. Yesterday, I dropped, or 2 days ago, I dropped this tweet that said, Bitcoin dominance has made a very nice rising wedge. Now, what is this, folks? This is a rising wedge, which is a very bearish signal or pattern. So what happens? Well, we're seeing the edge of price action meet this trend line, this upper trend line of this pattern. Usually when this happens, we will see catastrophic loss, meaning we will see the fact that Bitcoin dominance has gone up so high over the last year start to retrace. Now, here is an example that I also posted, a little graphic. It tells you rising wedge, bearish, falling wedge, bullish. Now, when we look at the crypto markets, and here's one of CKB, a coin I cover a lot, you guys should check it out, but you can see as Bitcoin dominance rose, it pressed down or suppressed the price of CKB. Same thing with ICP. So hopefully over, once this thing starts to correct, we'll see the market start to pump. And that's kind of what I've been trying to tell everyone for the last few days. And as you can see, ICP, folks, up 7.7 on the week, up 3.3% on the day. So we can see that Bitcoin dominance is here, and you can see how it has broken this trend line now. Let's just check this out on the daily, and really you can see what's possibly going to happen here is we are going to see what's called a death cross of the market cap dominance, meaning this 50, this purple line is the 50 moving average, the yellow line 200, and we're going to see, folks, this 50 moving average cross over this 200. We're going to see the 50 chasing the price action to the downside. So my thoughts here are that we are getting ready to basically see possibly some sort of really catastrophic collapse to the downside. And this is the daily chart. So there's also one thing I just want to check here. Yeah, there is kind of a nasty head and shoulders pattern on the Bitcoin dominance chart, folks. Why is this so important that we recognize this? Well, because it's visible. We can see it. We can chart it. So I am hoping that we do see a little bit of a drop off here. Looking at the ICP chart, it's pretty bullish, and we're going to cover this thing on the weekly, daily, and maybe like the 4-hour chart. You can see in my yesterday's, or what was it? What's today? Friday? So on Wednesday's video, I was kind of talking about spinning tops and things like that on the weekly charts, on the daily, how usually when you start to see these things, it's a good indication that we will see price action maybe pull a little bit of a reversal. So that's great, right? And I was also kind of talking about how this is oftentimes one of my favorite positions to be trading in. Candles under the 50, trailing it, and the 200 riding high over top. Because I see it all too often, price will rampage right up to this 200 moving average. This isn't financial or trading advice, but I would like to see ICP come up to at least this $4.30-ish area. And let's just see if we can throw up any little Fibonacci to see if there's any resistance areas around that area. So looks like we're going to be looking at some hard resistance around the $4.10 level. And that's kind of accurate in my opinion, because you can see that this little holdout here was a little span of time where there was a lot of support and resistance going on. So with that said, on the weekly chart, folks, we have a lot to look forward to as far as bullish scenarios are playing out. If we can get the price action above really this $3.50 level and keep it up there, price action on the daily would then be above the Ichimoku cloud. So this would be great. And once you get above the Ichimoku cloud, you can see price likes to take off. It just is what it is. That is one of the reasons why I love the Ichimoku cloud. So bear with me. You can see here's another example. Price got above the Ichimoku cloud, started ripping. Really, there's only been about 4 or 5 times ICP has seen price action above the Ichimoku cloud on the daily chart in its entirety. This time here, and we're going to count like a few consecutive closes. Let's just see here. There's only been a few, like 5. So we got 1, 2, 3, and not this. So there's been about 3 times. So this is why this is so important. So if we break above it and stay above it, I think we'll be sitting really, really good. Going back up to like this $4.10, $4.30-ish level. This is the weekly chart. So I do think that this spinning top is possibly going to signify a very nice turnaround here, especially if we can close the price of ICP around, let's see here, we need it to close where it's at or really above $3.06 come Sunday. That will turn this into a green spinning top. You guys can see, you know, when you start to see these little green spinning tops form, especially like 2 or 3 of them in a row, that's usually a good indication that things might be turning around. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now, folks. And really, in the last few videos, I've been kind of saying how far price action is from this Ichimoku cloud. It just is too far away, in my opinion. Also, there is one very important thing that you guys have got to take a look at, and this is going to be a really nice visual for everyone, and that's the fact that we are seeing this very prominent falling wedge. Remember when I was going back to my Twitter post, and this is why you guys have to follow me on Twitter to get the alpha. Follow me at Real 6 Figs, guys. That's where I'm at Real 6 Fig. But you can see the falling wedge. I try to make this as simple as possible for people to understand. Falling wedge produces bullish results. So I'm hoping that we start to see some of these bullish results really start careening up towards this Ichimoku cloud. And really all I care about at this point is that ICP is over $5.50 come March 11th. I don't care what the price does in between, but I would like to see a move like this and have it kind of stay on top of this Ichimoku cloud on the weekly, because like the daily, I have yet to see the price of ICP above the Ichimoku cloud on the weekly. So that's ballin', right? Let's just take a quick peek at the 4-hour, and then we're going to wrap this thing up. We can see that this thing is mooning right now. It broke through the 50 moving average, folks, and really when it comes down to it, this thing is tangling now with the 200 moving average. So I do think that right now we might see somewhat of a retracement like this, maybe back down to this $3.06 level. Like I mentioned, we might see that in the form of like a flag like this, or we might be gearing up to see some sort of pennant form. So my guess is, you know, we're going to see one of these flag or pennants form. I'd like to see this bounce off this shoulder. And at that point in time, we're either going to see a very nice run up in Elliott wave theory fashion, something like this, up to some higher dollar amounts, or we're going to see, folks, something called a head and shoulders pattern. You know, maybe something like this form, and then we see price deliver back down to these lower levels. But right now, we are just playing the waiting game. That's just what we have to do. Throw down a little Fibonacci time sequence really quick, just on this swing high to swing low. Okay. One little date and time to watch out for. Put this in your phone. October 8th. And that looks like to be about, let's just go about 11 p.m. Central Time. So figure out, or excuse me, so that would be about 5 p.m. Central Time. Figure out about what time that is, and you can see just off this little leg, we had a very nice reversal hit on time sequence. reversal hit on time sequence. So maybe we will see something like this happen, and that might be an indication of when we can take a little profit and then buy back in on the dip. Possibly. We're going to have to wait and find out, but that's why you guys need to subscribe to the channel, folks. Why? Because we are some of the best TA people here on this channel in the entire world. I can guarantee you that. Stick around. I've got some more videos coming up on CKB, another project I'm super bullish on. And I think, you know what, we're going to do one on Cadena today. Price action on Cadena. I really like that proof of work project. See you guys all on the next video.